Hi, this is Paul Niebuhr with Synergy Innovative Systems. This is a video that will give a brief overview on the Webform and Webform credit card processing that we offer on our sites. Our sites at the core are 777. The Webform capability is a core function of 777. We have enhanced that with a module of our own that will do credit card processing when there's certain indicators in a web form. So typically what we do is we will set up some template forms, and then the operator of the website at the client will duplicate those forms, modify them if they need to, and they then save it as a new form. So we're going to take a look. This is the Westchester Seniors Golf Association. We're going to take a look at their basic template form. Really not a whole lot to it, just a few questions. So the first thing that we would do is we would use this clone feature, which would make a duplicate of the form. So we're just going to call this demonstration form. So I'll go ahead and save that, and it will make a new form on the website. Now we are in the Webform form components, and you can see this is a list of all the questions that are being asked on this form. This is a duplicate of the template, and for this particular form I really don't care. There's not going to be any caddies, so we're going to delete this question here. Do you need a caddy? Don't need that. What I do need to know, however, is spouse's name. So I'm going to create a new text field with the spouse's name. We have a bunch of different options for the type of input field. Most of the time people just use text fields. Sometimes they use selection lists or email addresses. Those are the most common. I would check here if it was mandatory, if they had to fill it in. In this case, we're just going to consider it optional, and I'm going to click Add, and it's going to show me a bunch more options for this particular field. Most of the time, the defaults are just fine. We don't have to change any of them. We'll go ahead and hit Save, and you can see that it added a new field to our form. I actually want it under the last name before the email address, so I'm just going to grab this bar, slide it up, and then I'm going to hit Save. So I'm just going to go ahead and view my form. And here it is now. It has spouse name, doesn't have tea time, so I'm just going to go ahead and fill it out. Go down to the bottom, and we'll hit Submit. It saves the information on the form to the database in the website. So I'm just going to head back to the form, and as the administrator, I get to look at the results. This is a list of all the results. I'm logged in as editor right now, so there's only one entry. I can click View on that, and it shows me everything that was filled out in this form. The other interesting thing is this download feature. It lets you download everything. Microsoft Excel is the most common. And we will just open it right up in Excel. Let's make the columns all the right size, so a lot of the information in the beginning is not that helpful. So we're just going to skip past all of that. This is the username of the person that filled out the form, and then we have a column for each and every input box on the form. Now, something like this, if you were doing a tournament registration and then you wanted to load the data into TPP or into Golf Genius, essentially what we would do is you would get rid of these couple things on top because you don't need them. come on. Oh, I'm in protected view, sorry. So we would get rid of these two rows, get rid of any columns that aren't needed, and then I would save this as like a CSV or something, comma separated values. There might be other changes that are required for TVP or Golf Genius. This would just have to be made to look like whatever it's expecting for an import into Golf Genius, and then your tournament should be set. We're just now going to take a look at a credit card processing form. So we'll go over to Content and Web Forms, and we should have a dues form here, dues payment form. This now does credit card processing. So this is just a standard form that uses a module that we built for Drupal that will do credit card processing with NMI or AFS as they are right now. So you can see there's this credit card information box which we pre-built for you, and you can just copy from other forms. Everything else you can ask whatever you want. If it's a tournament that you're signing up for, you can put in things like tee time requested, do you want a caddy, things like that. So we're going to look under the hood here. So we're going to look at the web form elements. And it looks a lot like the other form. It's just there's a lot more information. And again, there's this credit card information which we pre-built into a template form for you. Another key thing is amount. You have to have an amount field. And the amount field can either just be a fixed value. It can be a box that somebody just types in a number for whatever they want charged. Or it can be a selection list if you have something like where there's different options with different pricing. So you might have one amount for just the member, another amount for the member with one guest, two guests, things like that. And then down here, these are all hidden things on the form that just key the credit card processing to take place. This NMI API just says this is a credit card form, and you should do credit card processing. Shipping and tax, they're mandatory to be there. You can see obviously these are set for 0. Order description, dues, that is something that does get passed over to the credit card processing so that when somebody sees it on their statement, they'll have some idea on what the charge is for. That pretty much wraps up the overview. Obviously there's a lot more that you can do with the web form processing. That's a little too much to go into right now. I just wanted to give you a feel for what was possible and how we do the credit card processing. Credit card processing, we include our module for no charge. There is, however, a $70 charge per year for an SSL certificate, which allows secure communications between a website and a client that would be putting in credit card information that you don't want stolen. Hopefully you found this video helpful. If there are any other questions that we can answer for you, please feel free to get in touch with me. Again, this is Paul from Synergy Innovative Systems. Thanks for watching.